Try before we die, everybody. The Whiskey Review Show where we don't know what we're drinking, but we'll tell you what we're thinking. Hey, Mal.
I figured you're just going to press the button and don't even start with anything.
We got to tell them where they've landed.
All right.
Some people just get here by accident.
No, that is correct. This is Try Before You Die.
The Whiskey Review Show. And by the way, if you enjoyed your time here with us today or in the past, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. And if you have already, thank you so much. Let's find out what bottle we're pulling today randomly. And that's the idea. Random bottle pulls. We don't prepare. Got a guess?
No, because you're doing it. It's probably going to be deep.
Deep.
Yep, again.
171.
This is why I'm not doing it.
We're going to the back side of the bar, everybody. We'll see you over there and find out what bottle 171 is.
Try before we die with a bearded man and a British guy.
Hey, you made it to the back side, everybody. Bottle 171. Well, as we know, the front side ends at 148, 58, 68, 69, 70. We got a little bit of a unicorn here, everybody. We've got a Benriach. But what makes this one a little more special, and this, of course, is a Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey from 1994, the first year Benriach released single malts. But even more unicorn is that this was only released for the state of New Hampshire. This is a Burgundy finish. This is bottle number 18 of 272 bottles only. A little bit of a unicorn. Super excited. Honestly, I've never had a Benriach, and we're going to have one tonight on Try Before We Die. We'll see everybody back at the bar.
So I heard you finally pulled a good one.
So if it had been here, it would have been one of these. Ah! This is a little exciting. I don't know a whole lot about this, Mal, but in my walk over here, I was checking the bottle out a little bit more. The Benriach, a 1994 single malt Scotch whiskey from Speyside, finished in a Burgundy hogshead. Only 272 bottles. This is hand numbered, bottle number 18, only for the state of New Hampshire. This is the part I'm excited about before I open and pour, which I'm about to do. Character. Rich red currant jam and crisp cranberries combined with an herbal oak influence and hints of spearmint before a long, full-bodied finish. If this delivers, this will be impressive, because those are great tasting notes.
What is the label on the very top?
Right here?
Yeah.
That's where it tells us. So this is a 20-year-old. Thank you, Malcolm. This is a 20-year-old, 1994, bottled in October of 2014. It's from Cask number 1261, a limited release, obviously, and 54.2% ABV. So it's hitting all the marks of a possibly very enjoyable pour. But as promised, we're going to open it.
And you said that was just for New Hampshire?
Yep.
And how did you figure out when this was available?
So I go to the liquor store sometimes, and every now and then I read all the Scotch bottles available for sale, like all the time. And it just happened to be there, and I said, oh, I've got to buy that. And I bought it, not knowing everything I know about Benriach, including that 94 was their first year of releases for single malts. So here we go. It's got such a deep auburn color.
It is a...
We'll get into that in a minute. We're opening it.
I wonder if there's anybody out there right now having a heart attack watching you do that.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, it's funny, like we didn't talk about our shirts today. They match.
No, they don't.
Ready?
Yeah. I'm just going to say that was lively.
That was lively. Talk myself out of smelling the cork here. Looks like 1898 in the bottle, etched on the bottle, probably the year of the distillery. Here we go. give us a nice pour to make sure that we can truly enjoy this, Malcolm. So I bought it in New Hampshire, obviously only available here, bottled in 2014. Just based on the dust I've seen on the bottle, this bottle has been here for 5-6 years at least. It's 2022. It's been 8 years since it was bottled. I must have got it within the year of it arriving here, so it's been here at least 7 years. Got anything on Benriach?
Again, it's one of these Speysides residing in Highlands, in Lossy. Both distilleries were built in the 1890s, but Benriach, oh, so there was two. Twin of the much-loved Longmorn.
Longmorn, yeah.
Yep. Both were silent from 1900s until it was restored in 1965.
Right. And they're both, Longmorn and Benriach are both big contributors to Chivas Regal.
Yep. And they're both known for their own floor maltings.
Yes, and here, just to confirm everybody, but Benriach established itself in 1994 with its first official bottling as a single malt. So 1994 is the year that they started branched out from just being a contributor to blends.
And they both distilleries are onion-shaped stills, but Benriach's are steeper. Isn't there someone else who uses onion, or is it someone else that uses a unique?
The old Pulteney.
Old Pulteney.
Yeah. Man. Well, it's been here for a while. This is the year that they first began releasing single malts, solely for New Hampshire, 54.2% ABV. Why don't we just talk a little bit about this, like, very impressive color.
To quote one of our guests, that is mahogany any way you look at it.
It really is. I can't take that away from you. Mahogany, it's a polish. This is a very deep, robust auburn. There is so much red in here.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean this what's the Bunda that has a little bit of a dark,
yeah.
Bunid has a dark color to it that makes this that look light. This is really dark.
I just want to go back just to prepare ourselves for a nosing and a tasting. Rich red currant jam, crisp cranberries combined with herbal oak influence and hints of spearmint before a long, full-bodied finish.
It's the spearmint that
it's how does that come in?
It makes no sense to put like these sweets, these jellies, and then have a spearmint in there.
Currants, cranberries, and spearmint with herbal oak.
But it is a very, very rich color.
It is a beautiful looking glass of whiskey.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if I'm smelling it right now just because it's been opened and pouring, but there is something very sweet in the aroma. And it could be this pineapple, but this pineapple isn't a very sweet pineapple. We'll talk about that in a minute. Something's going on in the air here. I hope it's the whiskey, and I hope it lives up to what it's discussing. Shall we smell it?
Yes. Let's get on it. That caught me by surprise.
Wow, that is
that was actually really. I didn't think it was going to be. It hit me.
It has, and it's not a sherry finish, but it has some of that sherry depth to it on the nosing, that rich, robust sweetness.
And I think that's the raisin cranberry, right?
The currant jam, right? Because now it's calmed down and it's not sherry. That must be the currant jam. This is
yeah, that's got some you can tell that's 52.
Yeah, no, there's certainly some alcohol in here,
my eyes
right?
are slightly warm.
Yeah, 54.2.
Oh, 54.2.
I think I have that right. Yeah, 54.2, 108.4 proof, but
it's got You know what?
It's got real depth on the nose.
You know what this reminds me of?
No.
This reminds me of the smell that you would get if you were at someone's house and they were baking a pie. And you know you get that feeling.
And you walk in the door.
Correct.
Right.
That's what this reminds me of. It's got that type of
It's warm.
warmth.
Right.
That type of wholesome, you know,
Yeah.
oh, this makes me feel good. I'm in the same spot.
Mind if I sit and stay a spell?
Correct.
Yeah. It's a good thing Felix isn't here. He'd take his shoes off and really never leave. It is deeply, but not sugary sweet.
No.
Right? It's got complexity on the nose, and again with this higher ABV, that makes a ton of sense, everybody, because that's going to allow more of the flavors to exist that hasn't been brought down to a 43 or a 40 for volume purposes.
Just expansive.
It is
taste,
reminiscent of the Abunad in that high ABV and the complexity on the nose, right? And I'm so curious to find out what this tastes like. Should we?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 54.2, the Benriach, bottle 18 of 272, released only in the state of New Hampshire. Red currant and cranberries.
Very much feel like I'm like smelling a pie.
So that's a wow. That's the cranberries. That's the jam.
And you get that cooling spearmint.
And that menthol, that cooling spearmint as it rolls through.
And quite surprisingly, which goes back to the 54.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a 54.
No, it's got that oaky herbal which contributes to that spearmint, but it's not super spicy.
Nope. I don't feel like I've been shooken up a lot.
No, didn't have to fight it down. Definitely not a sherry finish.
No.
Right? But it has all the components of a sherry finish in terms of complexity, intense flavors, but it really is. This is what a Burgundy cask is doing to this single malt. Did you pick up the cranberry at all?
I got that cranberry sense when you first start.
Right. It's at the beginning.
As it first starts over your first part of the tongue. And then it like sort of you get that currant.
Right.
If you know what currants taste like, they have that sort of I'm not gonna. It's like a deep,
right,
sweetness.
Yeah, it's robust, right?
Correct.
It's got heft to it.
Correct.
Right. It's
More
not
so
all
than a
light.
raisin.
Right.
More
Yes.
so than a raisin.
Yeah.
A raisin's more abrupt. That's got more to it. But I do like that spearmint coolant.
It is. This is impressive because that spearmint really is at the end. That very cooling.
Correct.
Right.
It's almost okay, we're giving you all these explosion of taste.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that 54.
Yeah.
And here we'll give you some spearmint to help you down with it.
To cool down.
Yeah, that's that again.
It's very nice.
And you can definitely pick up that currant, that cranberry when you smell it.
And you can tell, I mean, it's a 20-year-old whiskey. This is a mature whiskey. This has spent time in the barrels. And it was, obviously spent some time in the Burgundy barrel as well. But there's nothing young about this experience. And it's a single barrel. It's got some legs. It's not deeply oily at all, but it's not super thin.
No, you can feel it coat you. It's almost like just like a lubricant. You can feel it wash across you because you don't, but you can feel it just coat your
They
body.
talked a little bit about the lingering finish, and again, it's not that burning, spicy finish.
No,
it's really this cooling finish.
Yes, and that lingering finish is I think linked to the oak.
Yes,
you have a sort of nuttiness at
the
very
barley,
end.
right? They talked a little bit about some of that barley experience. I think that's what's happening. There's a whole lot of small words on the back of this bottle. I'm just going to see.
What's your little device? Too good for you?
These are just about the just about the distillery. Full of character. Sit back with good friends, quality glasses, and a dram of this, and share a memorable experience.
Well, that has certainly been there, sir.
Got a little goosebumpy reading that.
No, that is...
Yeah, because I'm hitting all the marks, right? I'm sitting back with a good friend, a quality glass, a dram of this Benriach, and a memorable experience.
Number 18 of 200 and some odd, did you say?
18 of 272, distilled in 94, bottled in 14.
Yeah. That's a good drink. That's a solid drink.
That's a drink that you might not pour for everybody, because I feel like I would want to make sure you're going to enjoy and appreciate this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. You have some scotches in here that are certainly very, very good. Like exceptional. That you could be like, okay,
yep.
they're not robust.
Yeah.
But they're really good. Whereas this has got that. This is like, I don't want to say it, but I will. It's like a man's. You look at it, it's in a bottle. You want to just like grab it and then start pouring. Yeah. But you have this feeling.
Because the color screams.
Correct.
Right.
It's got like a really rich, deep color.
Screams intensity.
And it's got, for as much as the alcohol in it, it is tender enough that you don't have to fight it.
No, it went down easy, right? It went down easy. Again, the color in this whiskey is just intense.
Yeah, it's like I said, I want to just pour a glass.
Then we'll go have a gunfight in the street.
And slide a glass down the regular bar to someone, because it really is. It's just holy moly, that's a drink, and it's a good drink. It's a well-crafted drink.
And I think some of the excitement here too is, and you'll have this at home as well, when you're having a glass of something that you know mathematically is rare.
Yeah.
Mathematically, this is rare. Geographically, this is rare, because only released in one state in the country, only 272 bottles. So that enhances our experience. But I'm not making anything up to promote the experience of the rarity of this bottle. We don't have a lot of experience with Burgundy finishes here.
Actually, not even know if we've had one yet.
Yeah, I believe Tullibardine did one. But right, so this is a rare experience in terms of the finish.
Correct.
Right, and it is, appearance-wise, matches a cask strength sherry finish, but flavor-wise goes in this completely other direction.
Yes.
Right. It's not chocolatey.
No.
Right? It doesn't bring you down that candy. It brings you down this other candy avenue of currants and cranberries and spearmint, which are less sweet. But this is a sweet whiskey.
And you can hold it in your mouth all day long. Yeah. And not have an adverse effect. That's a great... You should have bought more.
I didn't know. I'm going to double check the website. I think the crew's already checking New Hampshire's website to see if there's any more. They've let us know they're all gone.
Yeah. But it's just, again, we do this thing. Try before you die.
Yeah.
It's a show that me and you, we put together 3 years ago, going into season 4 for next year, blah, blah, blah. But it's gems like this that
this is why
makes
we're doing
us turn up.
Right.
Because there's always a chance that you're going to get something like that.
Right.
Out of all the hundreds of bottles you got,
Yep.
there's probably, let's say, a dozen or two that are just like, wow, that is just...
I'm hoping more than a dozen or two, but there are gems in here that we don't think about too often. I hadn't thought about this Benriach.
No, I don't know how many times I've sat on that couch and looked at those things. I've never thought about that. Right. I don't think I even read the label until you just pulled it.
There it is.
Excellent.
So as we move on, Mal, I have some... mildly sweet, very mildly sweet pineapple, and actually a cheddar cheese from Springbank here as well. Are you thinking about trying this at all with anything here?
I would do the cheese on because I thought that cheese is really good.
Yeah.
And I'm biased to that. But you know what I think might work well is that pineapple.
I'm going to do the cheese because I feel like, although very mildly sweet pineapple, because we're in a very mildly sweet whiskey, I feel like the cheddar cheese might do it. But and I've checked this cheese, everybody, produced, manufactured in Scotland with Springbank. Oh my gosh, that is a great cheddar cheese. It is not peated like the Springbank, very light influence. You know what I mean about the mildly sweet?
Yes. It'll be interesting to see what you say, because I've already got what I got.
Wow. So this cheddar cheese brought out elements of the oaky spiciness in this whiskey that was missing beforehand. And I don't mean missing like it needed to have it, but that was not present
Gave
before.
it a little bit of a tweak.
Right. Yeah, it's nice. Nice match. What do you got?
So this ran sort of parallel. Didn't really do anything. Just gave you a little bit here. You taste the pear, you taste it, made the drink. You can enjoy it. Yeah. But I didn't get anything spectacular from it, which I didn't think was going to happen. But I wanted to try it because I think that's the better bet.
I'll agree with you.
But I've had that already, so I was like,
right. And I tried this pineapple before I brought it down for tonight's episode. And I just know how mildly sweet it is. I felt like cheddar cheese was going to be better for here. Wow. The Benriach single malt Scotch whiskey, 1994, 20-year-old, released in 2014, 54.2% ABV, only available in New Hampshire. All right, why don't we get going on the toast tonight and see what the guys have ready for us?
Go ahead.
Here's to women, beer, and song. May none of them be flat.
Someone's going to get fired.
Oh my. That is a...
That's ridiculous.
That
I want to just throw the glass. I want to throw the glass and make a statement.
Nobody gets to use this glass again because it held that whiskey. That is...
Wow.
That is a wow whiskey.
I would have thought...
Go ahead.
Again, that distillers can do what they can do. Because this is, like, ridiculously good.
Right, because you hear this term, Master Distiller, pay attention to nose and caskings and this and that. You're like, yeah, whatever, right? But really, they are marrying flavors.
How do you get spearmint into a
right? It's stunning what they've done here with this whiskey. Probably never have an opportunity to have this anywhere but here in you and my life.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Yeah,
that made this all worth it.
Stunning.
Excellent.
Cut.
There's not enough for you guys. Sorry about that.